Please click on the subscribe button so you get notified when the latest content drops. Now, let's kick it.
All right, guys. So today's first topic of the day kicks off in the world of pro wrestling. WWE Hall of Famer, the legendary Hulk Hogan, has tragically passed away from a cardiac arrest. And Hulk Hogan, regardless of the racial comments that he made, I haven't heard the audio. I haven't really dove into that specter of things. But regardless of those issues, WWE would not be here because without the efforts of Hulk Hogan and Vince McMahon working hand in hand to build what is now basically the WWE TKO, um, it, just taking over the wrestling world. Hulk Hogan won the title, I think, back in 1984 off the Iron Sheik, who only held it for, I think, he won it and basically just was a transitional champion off of Bob Backlund. And they put the title on Hulk, and Hulk basically skyrocketed pro wrestling to a completely different level in a different realm in the 1980s. It felt like, I guess, at the time that wrestling was dying, and Hulk, with his efforts, with his performances, with the way that he mastered the mic, for that time and for that era, was able to revive it. And he had legendary bouts, not just in the WWE, but for WCW. He was also a movie star. I'm only trying to focus on the positive here. I understand about the other thing. I think he even had a sex tape at some point. Go get him, Hulky. But with that being said, we remember him, we honor him, and we thank him for what he built for us basically today. I know the world of wrestling has completely changed from what it was back then, but it wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan. Maybe it'd be some other different promotion, but WWE as a whole, as what it is, would not be here if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan and basically putting the company on his back in the 1980s. Another, I guess, I don't know if he's a WWE Hall of Famer, but I do remember him and his family being on, I think, WWE Raw as a interim general manager. Ozzy Osbourne, the rock and roll legend, has also tragically passed away, I think, from Parkinson's. Sharon is devastated. Obviously, Sharon Osbourne is obviously devastated. That was her soulmate, her partner. I've just seen pictures of her crying. But yeah, Ozzy Osbourne passed away. And Crazy Train, I think that's the only song I really know. But I've known Ozzy because he's a legend in his realm. I know actually, strangely enough, I know Ozzy more from his movie and TV appearances than I do his music. And I do remember Crazy Train was one of like just the legendary song that, like, I remember. It was like, I think it was in a couple video games. It was also in, like, the theme song for a pay-per-view at one point. I forget how old it is. I feel like it's like an old song that's like come around a few times. But no, the legendary Rock and Roll Hall of Famer tragically passed away from Parkinson's. And I don't know, it feels like I guess a different world. I just can't believe they're gone. Like, for me, the Hulk Hogan passing uh was kind of strange and eerie, because I was literally watching the rise and fall of NWO on Cultaholic and what happened with their run in WWE. So I was watching a documentary basically on Hulk Hogan. Um and I go to sleep and I wake up to the news that Hulk tragically passed away. Um, and it kind of just like, wow, I just couldn't believe it. Um, which I guess, yeah, I don't know, just, I guess, weird coincidences, right? You get told certain things in certain ways. But moving on to, I guess, other lighter, better, well, actually, really briefly, SmackDown. On SmackDown, they did a beautiful tribute to Hulk Hogan. basically recapping his legacy, all the positives that he basically had. Jimmy Hart came out, and Jimmy Hart was his manager for years. He was, I think, Jimmy was his best friend. He spent a lot of time with Hulk, even recently, like for years and decades. So like Kevin Nash when he lost Scott, Jimmy when he lost Hulk, same thing. And I wonder how Kevin Nash feels because now he's the only living member left for NWO. And I just I just hope Big Sexy's good. Hope the Diesel's good.
Guys, you're watching a Shady Mod production. Make sure to follow the Shady Mod podcast where we break down all the latest content and talk about life. Please make sure to share, like, comment, and subscribe so you can be notified when the latest content drops.
But now, actually, moving on to some lighter-hearted news. AAA, I think, had an event today. Or yesterday, I guess, because now it's Saturday. I always shoot these things late at night. And it was a couple of interesting things that actually occurred. So basically, Hijo del Vikingo. So first of all, Alberto El Patron, loser, leaves AAA match basically, and he lost, I think, his final match. And WWE was adamant that they did not want Alberto El Patron to be on the roster. So I think they basically bought him out. The AAA for the last like month or so, as because Alberto before the acquisition was the AAA Mega Campeon champion. But afterwards he basically dropped the title to Vikingo, and the Mexican fans, they were not too thrilled about it, and basically they got behind Alberto el Patron. They got behind basically Alberto El Rio, Dos Caras, shout out. And I don't know. It's like I understand the issues that came with Alberto Del Rio and not really controlling himself. I even think like some of the stuff that like even when he does interview or has done interviews recently in Mexico, like they feel more like shoots than they feel staged or rehearsed. So maybe he is a wild card, and that's why WWE does not want to do business with Alberto El Patron. But at the same time, the way that I see it, he has, in my opinion, the entire Mexican or a good portion of the Mexican fan base behind them. So I'm curious to see if this is just an angle or a work, and they eventually do come around and bring him back, because I don't know what Del Rio is gonna do now. Could he go to AEW with Saraya? Actually, I don't even think he'd go to AEW because of the issues and the history that he's had with Paige or Saraya. Maybe there's a way that he does business, but I'm curious to see what El Patron's next moves are gonna be. In other words, talking about the AAA Mega Campeon champion, Dragon Lee, El Grande Americano, also known as Ludwig Kaiser, because Chad Gable is currently injured, and Dominic Mysterio will all be facing off against Hijo del Vikingo, the current AAA Mega Campeon champion, for the title. I personally have a bias where I kind of want to see El Sucio, Dominic Mysterio, come out on top there and win the AAA Mega Campeonato. I just think it would be great. It would be amazing. Especially because I know Dominic, even though he is a heel, he has a lot of respect for Mexican lucha libre. Like he doesn't like he shows it in his ring attire with some of the stuff that he wears. And I really do think it would elevate AAA. It would elevate Dom, because I think Dom at some point could go for a world title run. Maybe not in the next couple years, maybe not in the next 3 or 4 years, but at some point, and putting this championship on him would help establish him. Realistically, I think Hijo del Vikingo retains his title because I don't. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if they put it on Grande. That would be a very interesting angle for WWE to work. But realistically, the smart move would be for them to just keep the title on Hijo del Vikingo. Although WWE has done some fuckery, ladies and gentlemen, with TNA, Lacey Lane, JC Lane, I forget her fucking name, but they put their NXT Women's title and the TNA Women's title on her. They got Trick Williams as the TNA World Champion. In my personal opinion, AJ motherfucking Styles should be the TNA World Champion. It would only be fitting. It would only be right if you're gonna have any fucking WWE superstar be the TNA World Champion. It needs to be AJ Styles, and I'm hoping they fucking book it because the TNA World title, the way that it looks, fits perfectly with AJ Styles, in my personal opinion. And then what else did we have? Oh, the AAA World Tag Team titles are going to be defended next week on SmackDown. That's going to be an exciting match. Los Garzas will have an open challenge and see. We'll see who they face. We'll see who they face. I would love it if it's like the Wyatt Six or something. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like the Street Profits or something. Maybe it's the New Day. Who knows? But we'll see. We'll see what happens when that match takes place. And also now that Seth Rollins is injured and CM Punk has that title match against Gunther, is there a long shot that Gunther drops the title to Punk? Or does Seth Rollins come in fucking crutches and just fuck over Punk? Realistically, Gunther could beat CM Punk cleanly and not necessarily like the title could Gunther could easily win and retain the title. He just beat Goldberg clean to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. So, but like there's another side of me where I kind of just want to feel like that 2009 feeling where CM Punk was kind of on top of the world. AEW on a weekly basis didn't have an issue putting Punk out there and then putting the title on him and having him compete like on a weekly basis. Fuck it. Why not give CM Punk a 3-month title reign and then just have Gunther beat him again? I don't know. I'd like to see CM Punk win a big match, win something at some point. It would be fitting. He doesn't need the world title to make him. I just think it would be cool. I just think it would be cool, and that's just like the geek and the nerd in me, the fanboy in me. And then we got the Usos, or not the Usos, but we got the Tribal Chief and Main Event Jay versus Braun at SummerSlam. I think it's like it's going to be 2 singles matches from what I was hearing. I don't know if they finally switched it into a tag team match. I'm not really excited for that match. I'm more excited for the Cody Rhodes versus John Cena matchup. And my money is on John. I would love it. I mean, if there's a possibility John could like give Cody what he wants, but in the heel thugonomics way, where he comes out rapping with the like fucking like in 2002, 2003. Was it 2002? No, 2002, 2003. Like John Cena, 2004. It's coming out like thugonomic, like just hit that shit and just that would be cool. If not, I think they're gonna do a double turn where Cody becomes the heel and John becomes the babyface. And if that is the case, then hey, so be it. I think John Cena's run as a heel has been good. I think John Cena as a babyface is also money. And we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But that basically wraps up our pro wrestling segment right now. Shout out to Tony Storm, who beat Mercedes Moné at All In and is now scheduled, I think, to fight Athena, formerly known as Ember Moon, for the women's world title. And hey, realistically, Tony Khan made the right move by having Tony Storm retain the title against Mercedes Moné. That pile driver where, need I say less? The way that match ended, it was awesome. Tony Storm ate that cunt. Oh, that I just had to say it. But nah, it was a great match. a lot of storytelling. And if you haven't watched it, go and check it out. It was a banger. And yeah, that wraps up our wrestling segment. Let's move on to the NBA.
Guys, have you heard? Nelson, tell the people.
Shady Mob Productions is an official affiliate of HBO Max. Click on the link in the description and sign up so you can watch hit series like Hard Knocks, Game of Thrones, and House of Dragons.
Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when the latest content drops. Guys, join me, Alex the Man Angelov, and check out A&A Radio, where we're going to be talking about the latest and greatest financial news, investments, banking, and personal finance. Check out the channel and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when the latest content drops.